Well, welcome back to Morning Break. You are taking a live look outside with our WTOC Generator Supercenter downtown Savannah Skycam. A little cloudy down here on the river, but it's going to be a fantastic weekend with a variety of weather, Andrew Gorton tells us. Now, the pandemic might have been a good time to work on writing books, but it was not a great time for promoting, selling, or simply networking about books, but that returns this weekend in Savannah. Jeffrey Pax has relaunched Savannah's Local Authors Book Fair. He is here this morning with local author Beverly Willett with a look ahead to tomorrow's event in Johnson Square. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning.
Good morning.
First of all, great to see this back. Great to be able to promote and meet our local authors, but it's also something that our community has been missing.
Yeah, definitely. And we're not actually back. This is the first. We're hoping to make it annual.
Excellent.
But we're replacing a few that
there were others
COVID.
that gathered people together, the Children's Book Fair, and then I know they always had them at the big Savannah Book Fair. They always had a local authors day. So this is just kind of getting everybody together and giving an opportunity to meet and find out about our books, which you were one of the authors who used the pandemic to actually write your first book.
Yeah, my book came out just over a year ago. And it's a children's picture book for teachers and daycare workers to teach good behavior to groups of small, young kids who might be in a group setting for the first time.
And that came from your background. You were an educator and
former,
also
pre-K special ed.
Yeah, that's right. And Beverly, I know you've got several books out. And,
well, I have one that came out right before the pandemic. So I was the first year promoting your book is very important, and the pandemic sort of shut it down. So I did use the time, though, to start my first novel.
Disassembly required?
Well, Disassembly Required was my memoir, and I used COVID to start my first novel, which isn't out yet.
Before the pandemic, which shut everything down, how were you able to network and meet local authors and share ideas and just kind of get word out about your work?
Well, when I first came to Savannah, I knew that Flannery O'Connor was like our icon here, and I happened to land on a local writing group that was in the Flannery O'Connor house, which stopped during the pandemic. But some of the first people that I met in this town were local writers, and it made such a difference in my life, and that's one of the reasons why I wanted to be part of this book fair, to support other writers.
So tomorrow, downtown Savannah, right there in Johnson Square. What time are you asking folks to get there, and what will they be able to see and do while they're there?
So we're running from 10 to 2, and there'll be about 30 local authors selling our own books, but also a children's book drive.
Yeah.
And I say children's book drive, but really they'll take books for all ages through Book Nation of Dreamers, and they're collecting for the new media center that's going to the Susie King Taylor House.
Yeah, I mean, we do a lot at WTOC with young literacy, and it's so great to see other organizations out there getting the books in the hands of kids, because I'm sure you can both appreciate there's nothing like holding a book and reading.
Absolutely.
So folks can come down and bring books tomorrow?
Yep, they can bring new and gently used books to donate, and then pick up a couple books from local authors. And a lot of us, I'd say at least 10, maybe 12, the authors' books are about Savannah. If they're fiction, they take place in Savannah. And there's one of photography, one old-style Southern cooking. So there's a lot of Savannah-oriented books if you're looking for gifts or souvenirs, too.
Yeah, it's a great time of year for somebody to be able to get down there and do that.
And I think there'll be about 30 of us.
30,
right?
yeah.
About 30
And
of
I'm
us,
sure
yes.
people will be, the authors will be more than happy to sign copies of books.
Oh,
for folks.
absolutely.
Yes, I have little gifts.
You have
too.
gifts for people?
I have gifts.
Excellent. All right. What are you both working on now, moving forward?
I actually have a follow-up book. So the first one is for teachers like I used to be, and people working in daycare to talk to groups of kids at school. But the follow-up book is for parents, because I keep a lot of parents buy the book to prepare their kids for school, and they keep saying you should write one for parents. So I have. So that's called Going Places, and my illustrator is working on it right now, actually. So that's for all of the little rules that you have. Going to the grocery store is different than going to a restaurant. And so parents can kind of prep their kids for, hey, in this environment, this is what good behavior looks like.
Great idea. Information everybody needs, all families. And Beverly, how about yourself?
Well, my novel is called Nobody's Fault, and I just got back from a retreat where I finished it. And it's about a young lawyer. I used to be a young lawyer, so sometimes they say, write what you know. Both of my daughters are lawyers now, and this is a legal thriller.
Excellent. Man, well, I am looking forward to both of that, and you can meet these two authors as well as several others from our community who are doing great work. Just find out about our literary community in Savannah, which is growing all the time and getting back to being real vibrant now with the addition of this great book fair.
And I just want to thank Jeffrey for doing this,
For bringing it,
because
yeah.
this was a need that we needed, and I think people in Savannah sometimes just step into that need, and I just want to give him some kudos
Thank
for
you,
that.
and I need to give credit to Thomas Mitchum. Mitch is one of the other children's authors who's going to be there, and it was actually his idea. He and I are co-founders.
Fantastic. Guys, thanks for being here. Don't forget to bring those children's books as well.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Certainly. Battling cancer while serving and protecting others. After the break, we will introduce you to one Savannah survivor